It is time now to catch the wave. It's Coach Cave with us here. Ashton Cave, Mountain Ridge Little League. You remember what they did certainly in 2014. Was the first team from Nevada to make it to the Little League World Series, and we all caught the fever during your run. Thank you for coming here. What are these guys? Okay, Coach, you're also a captain with Clark County Fire Department. I want to mention that. Appreciate your service there. But tell me what it's like. What emotions are they feeling tonight? You were there in that situation, playing for the U.S. Championship on the evening before. What was it like?
Ron, it's a pleasure to be here. And what it was like before and what it was like that night before was, you got to calm the emotions, right? Just the fact that the challenge is they've been playing for many weeks, right? We had 17 games going, and then to the point to where the nerves had come and gone, the roller coaster ride. That night before, we just took time to meet with the players, talk to them about their talents, the gifts that they got to get there. They've been playing since they were 8 years old together, and the evolution of those players to get to the point of Williamsport was amazing. And we wanted them to know they earned those opportunities, and that's why they were there in Williamsport that day and that time.
Okay, you guys, and I'm going to go back, and a lot of people will remember it. There was a lot of talk about a pitcher from Philadelphia, Monet Davis, female, who was pitching for Philadelphia. You guys knocked off the Philadelphia team. Then there was a lot of talk about the Jackie Robinson West team from Chicago. There was an all-black team formed after the name of Jackie Robinson there. You guys beat them. We'll show you some of the highlights and some of the video of that game when you guys 10-run them, and then lost to them in the championship game, but they were disqualified for using numerous 8 or 9 ineligible players. They just drafted from all over the city of Chicago. So you guys technically won the USA Championship, but didn't get to play for the championship of the world. What were your thoughts when you found that out? When all that played out, what went through your mind?
There was a couple things that went through my mind. First of all, when you talked about Monet Davis and that opportunity we had to play against Pennsylvania in that game, there was they say anywhere from 34 to 42,000 people in the crowd just screaming. That was intense. You talk about rapid heartbeat and just really dealing with those.
They were the local team.
Oh, they were the local team, and endless people came there, and what an environment and atmosphere that was, and what a great experience. And then playing against Jackie Robinson, they were a very talented ball club. Yes, we had a great game that first time we played them. We 10-run them in 4 or 5 innings, and the message was sent, but they came prepared the next time that we played them, and the best team won that day between the lines, and I'll give them credit where credit is due. But as you mentioned, they had a plethora of players that were from different areas outside of Chicago, just like if we were to recruit from the entire Las Vegas Valley, Henderson, Mesquite, and Pahrump as well. And then we built an all-star team. Of course, we would crush anybody in that Williamsport tournament. So. No,
that's a good point, and you have to have. Thank you for bringing this jersey here, signed by the players.
Yes, signed by all the players.
Do you keep in touch with your son is one of the players, some of the players on that team from 11 years ago?
Absolutely. I try to do the best that I can. I don't do a lot of social media. I actually don't have any social media accounts, so it's hard to stay in touch. My wife does a really good job of sharing information with me, and then we communicate through their parents and different community events that we've had over the years to give back as they recognize Mountain Ridge and some of the history that was made through Little League Baseball. The 10-year anniversary was recently, and I was supposed to go to that game, but of course on our way I was at work at the fire station, turned around the corner, and there was a working fire. It was our first in area, so we had to go that direction.
Your job got in the way.
My job got in the way. But I've been to a couple of the UNLV baseball games where Austin Krizik was playing, and what a highlight, and a great experience he's had over the last 5 years of playing for UNLV, and now he's giving back to the community as a school teacher, and he's preparing himself to be a coach in the system of high school sports. So.
No, it's great to have those guys still contributing, you and others contributing here in the Valley. And you came out of the West region then. It was a little bit different back then because you competed in the West region, meaning you had to beat the LA teams, which are tough. This year, Hawaii's got a real good team that well, they're out of it now, but they came out of the West region. Now they get the guys in the Mountain region, so it's a little bit different perhaps in the competition. We've seen 2 Henderson teams and the Summerlin South team go and follow your lead. It's sort of nice to see that, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, we'll always be able to hold the title that we were the first. We broke down that wall, as Krizik mentioned the other day, and that we were able to open up opportunities for other players. Of course, baseball is getting recognized in the Las Vegas Valley. But yeah, you had to beat Southern California twice, Northern California twice. We had to beat Arizona, and we also had to beat Utah. So 6 games just to get to Williamsport, and that was a feat that we were able to accomplish that had never been done before in the history of Nevada Little League teams prior to 2014.
You sent me an article, very interesting article, on the business of Little League, and Chris sort of touched on that a little bit with Williamsport and everything that goes on in that town. But Little League baseball, with the contract with ESPN and what everybody's watching these games, it seems, great TV ratings on them, and it's big money, big business for Little League there in Williamsport, isn't it?
Absolutely. There was over 5 million viewers when we were playing per ESPN, and the information that they gathered, and just in those couple weeks, they gross anywhere between $8 to $15 million. It's a profitable of over $30 million a year is what through all their sponsorships and the support, which is great, right? They're giving back, but in my humble opinion, the amount of money and time that it takes for those individual athletes and those families to get to Williamsport, they'll pay for your airfare, the food when you get there, and the housing, which is, I'm forever grateful for. Those experiences are, first class. But just like the NIL, right, with college.
I'm waiting for that, right. For the kids to go, Little League to go the NIL route.
Maybe we do, but I don't even think they need to be paid. But the amount of money that's accrued through Little League, those players that get to the opportunity to play there, maybe give back to them $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to a college education.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Something to where they're not putting money in their pocket, but it's setting them up for the future. Because let's be honest, a lot of the kids that play Little League baseball, as they get a little bit older, they get either burnt out or the game leaves them behind, and that's okay. We all get to a certain point in life, and we know that's the end, right? And then then reality kicks in, and we have to be providers for our families. And that would set them up for success to where, they have a head start with, college education, whatever money that Little League could support and provide for those athletes that make it to Williamsport.
Ashton Cave, Mountain Ridge manager from Catch the Wave. It's Coach Cave with us here. And where are you going to be 12:30 tomorrow? What do you think? Are you working tomorrow?
I'm off tomorrow.
You're off tomorrow.
So I will be watching the game. There's a couple players that we know personally. Coach Evan was one of the coaches. His son is the catcher that just hurt his thumb, right? So that's Dustin. He's got a little brace on there, and hopefully he's able to catch the game. But Evan is giving back to this community. I want to give a shout out to him.
Okay,
and
good.
He coached a lot of the players on Mountain Ridge. He's given back just in many different ways, and he's also contributed to this great team that's playing at 12:30. And we're rooting them on. All of us from Mountain Ridge back in the day, we're supporting them, and we hope that they do very well and perform the way and represent the way that equals a win.
Well, thank you what you did back in the day, man. You just made it so much fun to watch that over that 10-day period back in 2014, and now we've sort of gotten used to seeing it with the Henderson teams going, and now Summerlin South. So you started something good here.
Hey,
okay?
Somebody's got to do it. Might as well be us.
Ashton Cave, thank you very much. Appreciate that.